What's happening? Welcome to day 40, the second to the last day of your journey. And as we conclude this week's teaching, stepping into the bigger picture, I hope you had some good thoughts about increasing your skill and learning how to get good at walking with God. Today we're going to look at Acts chapter 2, verse 47. Before I read it, let me share a little story with you. When I was in high school, we used to go to house parties, and I'm sure all y'all know a whole lot about. And, you can't go early. You got to go a little late. And then when you go, you hang out in the street and watch people come in and out of the house. And I remember being at this one party. We were hanging out under the street light, watching people come in and out of the house. And then someone came out of the house and said it was almost full. We couldn't get in. So we ended up running over to the door and trying to get in the house because the party was bumping. And we didn't want to miss out, but we wanted to be cool and hang out. And we almost hung outside too long. With that picture in your mind, I want to read this passage. So take a minute, prepare your heart and your mind for today's devotional. Acts chapter 2, verse 47. It says, praising God and having favor with all the people, the Lord added to the church daily those who were being saved. When people really understand what heaven's all about, when people really understand what walking with God is all about, when people really understand what being forgiven and having a relationship with a living God is all about, they grab it because we are created to have a relationship with God. We're created to be people of joy and love, and there's no greater love than God himself, because God is love. And you're going to see, as you share your faith and as you live your faith, people are going to ask you about it. They want to talk about it. And I hope you're going to be ready to share, because they're going to want to know, and people are going to be joining the church left and right. If we as Christians live it, people are going to want it. How is this description like or unlike the fellowship you enjoy with your youth group? How could you help them be more like this? How does being involved in a youth group or any group of Christians, spending time with each other and learning how to live for God, benefit the whole group of people, including you? If you are actively part of a Christian group enjoying this new party and learning and growing and enjoying God together, what could this mean for a newcomer? Think about the scene in the movie where Roger made an effort to go to the youth group the night before he took his life. What do you think the group, including you, believe about your new lives? You ever tell anybody else how cool being saved is? Why or why not? Do you ever tell anybody how loving this new community of friends you have is? Why or why not? What can you do to meet the needs of newcomers to the church and your group? Think about all those who haven't yet discovered God's love and power in their lives, those who are hurting and lost that no one has reached out to. What do you think might happen to them if you don't tell them that God wants to heal their hurts? Name one person you should tell about your relationship with God. Why did you choose that person? What could you say to them to make a difference? One last thing. Your community is not just you and your friends. It's designed for everyone who needs God in their lives. God wants to reach the hurting and the lonely, and He will equip you to help them and bring them to Him. Make sure you and your group are ready and equipped in time to help the ones who need Him the most when they need it.